Oh, wow. Welcome to the Dryftwood podcast Round-To-It. So
howdy, y'all.
Give us a minute. We're going to figure out how to share all this jazzy jazz stuff. And,
get the technical stuff.
Yeah. So bear with us momentarily. We'll get this this going.
So before we started recording, when I thought we were recording,
There may be like an echo here, so please.
an echo.
I probably should do this on my phone. Let's do it on the phone.
What are we doing? Who are we calling? Don't call us. We'll call you. No, please do call us.
I am sharing.
Sharing's caring.
Allegedly.
Depends on what you're sharing. If it's herpes, please stop that.
That's not caring.
That's uncaring.
That's extremely inconsiderate. All right, let's turn the volume down. There's going to be a little echo, and there we go. So let's go to. All right, we're already there in a group.
Well, while you're doing that, I posted a meme earlier. I said, well, I didn't say, I copied this off someone else. I bet aliens ride past Earth and lock their doors. Now, I was quite disappointed because I'm mostly just getting likes, which means people look at it, hit like, and scroll past it.
Oh, so you're saying they're not reading it? Is that the?
No, not so much not reading it. They're just not processing. If you process it, I'd expect a little bit more than just a thumbs up.
Why do you expect a little bit more than a thumbs up?
I have high expectations.
Well, that's your fault.
That is me. That's on me. That is
entirely your fault.
That's a character defect I am carrying with me.
Oh,
but shout out to Houston Ball from what is it? Chasing the Graph.
Yep, Chasing the Graph.
Chasing the Graph. Houston Ball, Chasing the Graph. So he actually responded with a little meme saying, "Yes," which is I think one of those guys from. What's that satirical movie about the news presenters?
I don't know. Oh, Anchorman.
Anchorman, yeah. So
all right, so cool. Looks like we are live and shared on a bunch of different things. So we're actually on YouTube. You can find us at the Dryftwood Podcast on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. So we haven't figured out all this jazz with StreamYard yet. It's the first time doing it with StreamYard. So
yeah.
Shout out. You getting me an echo over there?
Echo?
Turn your volume down, asshole.
Turn the volume down, asshole.
Anyway, so we have a couple of things that we were going to talk about, and all right, so
yeah, there is a little bit of light to YouTube. Nice.
Yeah. So first off, we titled this the Dryftwood Round-To-It.
Yep, that's a Round-To-It.
WTF 2020. Chris Klein, what's up, man?
Question mark?
Yeah, did I put a question mark on it this time? Maybe I put some respect on it.
Better respect.
Anyway, so some of the things that we were going to talk about is we actually really don't know what we're going to talk about. So basically,
excuse me,
they made me an admin earlier on Hot Mic Live. So if you guys haven't checked that out, it's a place where you can find a lot of live streaming podcasts strictly there. This is actually on there as well. So if you're interested in getting on there, you can search Hot Mic Live, or you can message me and we can figure something out. Also, if you're interested in getting on and talking with us, if you want to talk about something, let me know. I can send you a link and you can jump on the StreamYard and do a live chat with us. So yeah, watching the Yankees. Man, I'm so done with baseball. I don't even want to get.
Are they in a bubble too, or how do you play baseball in a bubble?
I think
they're. Or is it just basketball?
So I'm a little done with sports for the time being. I've had a long stint without it, and I've kind of gotten used to it.
Listen, 2020 could ruin a lot of things.
All right, so WTF 2020. First off, we started 2020
in January,
seemingly fairly normal. However, before all of the stuff popped off,
killer hornets finally caught one.
Who caught one?
I read a news article. They finally, in August, after this being they've been around for a while, they finally caught one of the killer hornets. It's like they're actually real. It's like coronavirus. They actually caught one. I mean, somebody caught one.
So Chris Klein said, "Talk about the Astros."
Castros, Fidel.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you meant the Houston Astros. Yeah, unfortunately, Chris, I haven't really paid much attention to it so far because, well, I've found better things to do. Honestly.
Too busy, man.
Unfortunately, I've just been really, really busy, and I haven't really had a chance to take in anything. So I'm sure I'll catch up on it whenever it's time for me to do so.
It's so much easier to look at a couple of memes than it is to.
So, COVID-19. COVID-19. All right, we're gonna start off hot with that
2019 edition.
Since that's what's going on. So the China virus or whatever people are calling
CCP
it,
virus.
CCP virus or whatever. The reality is we spent a lot of time not knowing what it was. Now I feel like we better know what it is, and now there's this big debate on masks and things like that. But I want to clear one thing up about the masks. It's not to keep you from inhaling things, it's to keep your spit and mucus from landing on things and people touching it or whatever.
Keep your shit off me.
So in reality, a shirt over your mouth will keep you from sneezing and coughing on the stuff. But,
just wash it.
It's not supposed to. All right. So Chris asked if they caught a hornet.
Okay. All right. I did post it on the Driftwood Town Hall. Some news article. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Daniel, if you want to carry on, I'll see if I can.
All right. So back to COVID-19. I just wanted to touch on the mask thing. So whether you wear a mask or not, understand that it's not to necessarily protect
others. No, yourself.
It's not to protect yourself. It's basically to keep your spit from landing on shit. So take that into consideration anyways. When you sneeze into your like elbow, not your hand, and then just don't.
It's like washing your hands after going to the bathroom. I mean, it might not taste so good when you put your own shit in your mouth, but it's more for other people. Nobody wants that unless you're paying for it, or that's a prearranged agreement.
2 girls, 1 cup.
Well, no, I'll pass. You want some?
No.
Yeah, no. Oh no! I think YouTube has already got to it. Motherfuckers! Not YouTube, sorry, Facebook.
All right, so I just want to point something out about YouTube.
Took down my Hornet thing.
I'm not monetized on YouTube. We only have like 40 or 50 views total on our videos on YouTube, which we don't have very many. Our podcast episodes, frankly, I've been lacking on uploading them on there, and honestly, I've put a lot of stock in YouTube because we've been doing fairly well with just the audio version of the podcast.
Oh, I'm going to call you out. I don't ever do this because we say no names, no shames. Morgan Schultz, if you're listening, right?
Doubt it.
I posted something. I shared something from your page that was really good or cute or whatever. I can't tell anymore because you've locked it. Okay, so that was really disrespectful. Someone's trying to be nice to you. Oh, it was the wise words. It was the Native American wise words. And my comment was, wise words. And it was about Native Americans not being racist, basically, because they're in tune with life. And you've locked it. Girl, that wasn't nice.
YouTube does suck. So Chris Klein says that. But one thing I want to point out on YouTube. So it seems like a lot of our content seems to be leaning more toward conservative side. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, or maybe just we're just not popular at all. However, we can search the exact title of our podcast episode or anything that we put on there. We can't find it. Cannot find the YouTube link. So I don't know. It pisses me off a little bit. So I haven't really given a whole lot of effort to YouTube. So Facebook's starting to piss me off too. Blocking and keeping stuff from being shared freely. So I am on. What's that? Parler? I think it's Parler. I've like posted one thing on there. So if you want to find me on Parler, maybe I'll get some busy on there. And then also we've been using BitChute a little bit as far as the video goes. So that's another alternative to alternative social media, I guess you could say, instead of the big ones. I really don't get on Twitter a whole lot. I don't really get on Instagram a whole lot. Wife takes care of the Instagram. So
yeah. So this is from WFAA. Who asked the question about the Hornets?
Chris.
Okay, Chris. So this is WFFA.com. Asian giant hornet trapped in Washington state for the first time. Research just caught one. Giant hornet trapped near Birch Bay, Whatcom County. That sounds like a made-up name. WHAT-com County. Anyway, invasive species threatens honeybees. That is actually a problem.
Yeah, honeybees. That's a big deal. I think people need to farm honeybees a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then
it's not hard, man. My dad, who lives near, well, actually, let's just not say where he lives.
Oh, thank you. All right, so Eric Mendoza, what in the crackhead mountain ass crack are you doing on radio? Whatever it is, I'm happy for you, bro. It looks like you're enjoying it. I am enjoying it, Eric. I do appreciate it. So
I'm glad you said the last part. Otherwise, I was going to say go get a real job.
Eric, also, if you could, anybody that wants to check out anything that we're doing, You can find us on most major platforms that you listen to podcasts on, and you can find some of the episodes. The most recent one we talked about, I want to get on that a little bit. So what was it, 2 weeks ago that we released it, something like that?
Yeah, just about 2 weeks. Yes, sir.
So 2 weeks ago we released something. It was called "What You China Do."
What you trying to do?
China, big keyword there. We talked a little bit about the famine, or not the famine, the floods, the natural disasters that are going on in China. We talked about TikTok and Zoom and things like that are Chinese owned companies, and the potential of them being blocked and stealing your information, or blocked, Trump, all this, whatever. So banning TikTok and things like that. So we'll see.
What wait, sorry, I wasn't listening. TikTok?
Yeah, so we talked about on What You're Trying to Do about TikTok and
Zoom
and
no, Trump. So Trump's doing his going after TikTok now.
Yeah, I think so. That's what I think I read that yesterday or today about as soon as Saturday, which I think that's today. It's today's Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday all day.
James Percival, what's up, cousins?
Hey, brother. Yeah, no. So the whole TikTok thing I think it's about damn time. If
what do you got against people making videos of what was it James described on the episode?
Wipe, and
then all of a sudden wipe it down,
and then I'm real pretty.
Yeah, I'm already pretty. I don't need that. I'm gorgeous. I'm gorgeous. So,
yeah, no. So I think it's about dang time. If anybody's going to be siphoning my personal information, I want it to be my government, not somebody else's. Shit.
Patriot Act.
Sorry. Cough.
That wasn't a Rona cough. Sorry. That was just a...
It's okay. If we die, we're going to, who's going to care?
Yeah. So
feel the tension in the voice there.
Yeah. Well, another thing that we had written down that we were going to talk about is termites. I don't know why we wrote that down.
Because I was talking to your son about just random stuff, and I don't know whether I brought it up, he brought up termites. Now, termites, you don't see them from the outside, but when you start peeling back, you see they've just eaten up all the insides of everything.
Oh, yeah. All right. So Chris Klein says talk about China and the NBA. I don't know if you know much about this.
Oh, are we talking about Rodney or whatever his name is?
I don't know. So
the dude with the tats and the
Rodman?
Dennis Rodman.
I'm not entirely sure, but
Ping is a big fan. Apparently they're like, no, sorry, that was North Korea. My bad.
No,
wrong country.
Yeah, that was but anyway, so China NBA had set up some I think basically like basketball schools in China, and now they're abusing children and things like that, basically doing what the Chinese government does to try and get the best competition, I guess. I'm not sure it's an effective method, but the NBA is paying more attention to the Black Lives Matter movement and trying to make sure that they have things on their jerseys that support the social justice aspect of it.
Of course, it's much more important to focus on slaves that died 200 years ago than actual slaves that are being enslaved now.
So and then something else that we talked about on the What You Trying to Do episode is Huawei and
Yahweh,
and how they're and how they are the second largest cell phone producer in the world.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so they have 1 million Muslims in concentration camps over there. We talked about on the What You Trying to Do. Yeah, it was the Uyghurs. There was a couple of other ones, but they called them re-education camps, right?
Yes, where you need a lot of concentration.
Yeah, so I would advise anybody to want to get our full scope on the China things is to go check out the Dryftwood podcast episode number 19.
Yes,
What You Trying to Do? We had guest James Percival on there.
Yes, awesome guest.
Yeah, so we've had him on 3 times already, and I don't know if you've seen any of the videos of his that we've shared. He has his own opinion about things.
Sure.
And sometimes we don't agree on stuff,
which is good because that makes interesting conversation.
And then also we asked him to prepare for the episode, and he came with questions and no preparation. Though it actually, I think, made the episode a little bit better.
Yeah, right.
I actually think that's our best episode so far. And if you were curious to know the types of things that we talk about, you can start with episode 1 and work your way through. And we kind of span a whole broad view of things. So
there's nothing we ain't afraid to touch. Well,
so conspiracy theories was our first episode that we did, and on the conspiracy theories episode, first off, the audio quality was trash. Secondly, it's probably not much better now.
That was intentional, so you could see the improvement.
Listen, Freddie said, "What's up?"
Is that my man Freddie?
That is your man, Freddie.
Frederick. Respect, man.
There you go, Freddie. Bro. We put you on the screen. Yeah, I just now figured out how to do that. So
nice.
Sorry I didn't put anybody else's up there.
We're learning as we go.
Also, again, if anybody wants to jump on, send me a message on Facebook Messenger.
Right.
And I can send you a link and you can hop on with us and we can talk about all the jizz and jazz about stuff.
Not too much jizz, but plenty of jazz.
Mostly jazz. Oh, speaking about jazz, Prohibition.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So something that I like to look back on is Prohibition and the things
good times.
Actually, as far as culture goes, it was good times.
Yeah, right.
It created a hardship to where people had to come together, and things that came from it were jazz.
Yeah, it was great for music.
Things like the Rat Pack. Come on, think about the group of the Rat Pack. Think about the diversity of the people that were performing in those types of things. So, Freddie, what are you tear laughing about, man?
You laughing at Prohibition?
Prohibition,
serious stuff, man.
Yeah. So one of our episodes, we may record it tonight or later on, but we're going to be talking about war on things.
Yes, Prohibition being one of them.
Prohibition is definitely one of them. The war on drugs,
war on poverty,
and the
Gotta
war
kill them poor
on
people.
terror. The war on terror.
Yep.
So I don't know if you guys are familiar with all of the things that our government decides to post war on. But they're fruitless wars they're chasing ghosts.
Yep.
It's essentially what it is.
Shadows.
Yeah, it's something that it's good for the political machine to be able to convince you that this is something that we need to do.
It gives them something to do.
I guess it's an attempt to try and unite people, but it's under false pretenses. So a lot of those things seem to be.
Is it really to unite people or to make themselves look good?
Well, probably to make themselves look good, but you'll find out more when we you're just coming.
Wait, what now? I can't see that.
Freddie said that the jizz comment made him chuckle.
Nah, that was a free one.
That was a free one. The next one costs. The next one we'll charge for.
Yep. First one's always free.
All right. So what are some of the things that you've been rounding around in on YouTube and Facebook and things like that? All right. So we've been hitting these meme pages pretty hard. So thank you to the people that are admins on these meme pages
for letting us in. Nah, you don't know what you've done.
So Chris, we actually I have 3 different mics. So I have Audio Technica. That's the most expensive one that I got. I got 2 of those actually. They're really good, but one of them is in my travel bag for when I go on the road and I want to do a live.
Oh, and that's one, right?
Yeah, and then I got a newer. It's the newer brand, NEEWER,
which is also pretty good.
Yeah, and I'm running with a 2014 Dell laptop with a Behringer 4-in 4-out interface.
Yeah, so if you hear a grinding noise occasionally, that's a laptop working.
Yeah. No, the laptop is pretty much gone. I literally can do like one thing on it at a time.
Yeah,
or it'll crash.
So if we suddenly cut out, that maybe the laptop or maybe the government,
or it could be the internet. Could be the internet.
Yeah,
maybe the internet.
Chinese.
So that's something.
Strike.
All right. So Joe Espinoza, shout out to him. If you're
Joe,
if you're not watching, you need to watch.
Oh, is he not on?
I don't know. I'm about to see. Man, somebody just left. We don't have very many viewers.
Oh,
7.
Yeah?
We got 7 right now. However, we do got some likes and love. Shout out to the people that liked and love it. I appreciate the comment though, Chris, about the quality of the mics.
Nice.
Definitely trying to put out good quality things. So something about the mic. So whenever we first started recording episodes and we'd have a guest on, we'd have to share mics.
Oh yeah. No, actually, was that one of our first, second, third, or maybe episode 4?
No. So episode 2 with Jeffrey. Shout out to Jeffrey.
Right.
We had him on. We were talking about education, and David and Jeffrey actually had to share a mic.
Yeah, which was, well, I mean, it worked okay, but
yeah, it is what it is. And then I think episode 4 we did with Ben and Tony.
Right. Yeah, and that actually worked out pretty good because we got the balance.
What's up, Rory?
Hey, Mr. Bowman, sir.
Showing Rory. Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah, so
I like your comments, sir.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't checked out yet, we have the Dryftwood Town Hall. Some of you may be watching in the Dryftwood Town Hall. Let me see.
And that's just our general kind of post anything, everything, see who kind of wants to discuss what.
So the idea of the town hall is like what a town hall would be in a town.
Right.
A place to go for conversation, debate, discussion, so on and so forth. And a lot of the things that we share in there, maybe they don't represent our views, or maybe they do. But the reality is they're supposed to entice conversation.
Right. That's primary objective.
And some of the things that we share, shout out to Justine for sharing a lot of uplifting things. If you guys want to become part of the Dryftwood Town Hall and become part of the conversation, go ahead. It's not always serious. Sometimes we post some funny stuff.
Yeah, today I posted a pig eating grapes. People loved it. It was awesome.
And then also Facebook algorithms are really weird. So the people that typically look at the same things over and over, I've been trying to go to their pages and then try and post things that are similar to the things that they typically post so that we can be involved in their echo chamber. So we're trying to shake up your echo chamber.
Yeah, and listen, if you find me throwing a chaff grenade into your echo chamber and you get real upset, that turns into a flashbang real fast.
Yeah, so something that we like to do,
me the favor.
We do our expeditions through Facebook. We go through these different pages and things like that to try and engage in conversation.
Trawling, not trolling. Wow.
Sometimes it ends up becoming trolling because some people are not very receptive to a different opinion. Is that the right word? Receptive? That's the right
receptive, word. Yeah. Unreceptive.
So, do you want to discuss your most recent engagement with the block thing? I'm gonna go run and grab something real quick.
What now?
The thing that got blocked or whatever. If you
what I just
yeah. Do you want to discuss the interactions that you have in some degree, or do you want to go on to something else? I'm gonna go run and grab something really quick.
All right. Yeah. So, yeah. No. So, what was it? Let me pull it up real quick, and then so I don't want to misrepresent anything. So I was on somewhere, and I guess the conversation is usually, as usual, about COVID. And basically, I was just posing questions. Shout out to Moira Williams. We had a really good conversation, which was basically just me asking a bunch of questions, and her response was really mature and adult. As far as she might not have agreed with my stance, even so I was asking questions more than anything. But she gave some really good answers. We talked about COVID and masks and shit. But excuse me. But I think it was yesterday. I did my usual kind of mild trolling, where I'll ask questions that people maybe think they know the answer to. And because they somehow internet experts or even medical doctors, they seem to think they know the answer. But when you push them on a little bit and ask some further questions, they usually fly off the handle, lose their shit. And that's when you realize that, yeah, okay, you think you know, but really there's no real basis, you know.
All right, so I want to point out something about the whole expert thing. If it was as simple as people make it seem, there wouldn't be a discussion about it.
Yeah, and people like Fauci wouldn't change his mind constantly from don't wear masks, do wear masks, take what's that shit? Hydroxychloroquine. Don't take hydroxychloroquine. You know, if they really knew what they were talking about, they wouldn't be going back and forth all the time, constantly like that. It's bullshit. Political bullshit.
So Chris Klein asks, I'm going to put it up there so everybody can see it. Again, if any of you guys want to jump on and do a live stream with us.
Militia in Georgia that wants Texas as a
Are you talking about the NFAC or the Not Fucking Around Coalition? Is that what you're talking about, Chris?
Yeah, not effing around. Yeah. And they so I saw an awesome well,
the video that you shared on Town Hall the other day.
Oh yeah, explaining that if you hit the butt of a rifle, it's gonna fire.
Yeah, so it just pushes, it just loads the gun. So
can you imagine, like in a troop carrier, everyone's got their rifles, they're sitting down, rifles, and it's like bang, 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 bang. The motherfucker shot up before it even arrives anywhere. You know, come on, man.
Yeah. So what I think about the NFAC, the group of that, is I think they're somebody that's trying to take advantage of a situation and gain some notoriety and popularity. However, they came talking with strong words, and you watch these people and how they're organized and things like that. It's not. Listen, I was in boot camp when I was a kid, and it's because I was a bad kid. And I'm gonna tell you, those 11 and 12-year-olds were in better formation than these ex-military people.
LARPers.
Yeah.
I said that out loud.
Yeah, so the INFAC is a LARP, live action role playing. Okay, so Freddie asked what our take is on the doctors rallying for the use of hydrochloroquine. All right, so I'm going to put that up there.
I tell you what, there's other doctors that say it's not. So
again, if it was as simple as does it work, doesn't it work, it wouldn't be a debate.
The question I have is, okay, so you have a group of doctors. I think they assembled somewhere in Washington outside of
DC. They had a little thing, and I think it was Breitbart that was streaming it.
Right. Okay. So if you have all these doctors saying that hydroxychloroquine, get it right, is an effective treatment for COVID-19 despite the side effects, why? If you're saying they're wrong, why would they get together? Why would they try to put this message out there? Just for shits and giggles? Just because they're trying to be contrary? Because they're all idiots? They've been through medical school. They're qualified doctors, but they're idiots. I mean, explain that to me. What's going on there?
Listen, I'm going to tell you what. If I contract COVID-19,
we'll have a COVID party.
No, I'm not having a COVID party. I'm going to do everything that I think is necessary to keep people safe.
Wear a mask.
Because the reality of the situation is, wear the mask. And the reality of the situation is, I'm going to go to the doctor if I feel like my symptoms are that of needing to go to the doctor. And
okay. Can I just say that the official recommendation on that is do not go to hospital unless you have a fever. Okay. If you have a little bit of a cough, you do not need to go to the hospital. If you feel unwell, you do not need to go to the hospital. If you have a fever and you have difficulty breathing, those two things, okay? Fever is the first sign, and then you have difficulty breathing. If you just have a fever, stay in bed, take the day off. But if you have difficulty breathing, that's one of those essential things that you need to keep you alive. Do go to the hospital if you have difficulty breathing. Other than that, don't overwhelm the medical system with, oh no, I broke my nail. I think I have COVID.
Yeah, so Chris Klein just put up, Russia came out today and said they have a vaccine already for COVID.
Oh, yeah?
There's only...
Fast track that one.
Number one, maybe it's hydroxychloroquine.
Maybe they had it ready already.
Isn't hydroxychloroquine a lesser drug than the predecessor of it? Like it's...
No, hydroxychloroquine I think was the original, and then chloroquine... shoot. I forgot the name, but there's a milder version of it. Yeah, we're not doctors.
We're not doctors. Also, I want to say something else. Freddie said something about LARPers because we brought it up, but I want to say something about the LARPers. In fact, they actually have loaded guns, and the
jammed loaded guns.
No, what happened is the reason why the guy made the video about how the gun actually works is because
they accidentally shot.
I think it was with one round, wasn't it?
I know, right? Magic, but anyway, whatever.
It's probably population control. Listen, there's been speculation about things like that with Bill Gates.
Yeah, no, I've seen. I don't know what I was looking at today, but something about Bill Gates funding fact checkers. So, like anything that goes against Bill Gates gets fact checked. Oh wait, get it on camera. Where am I? Fact check.
Yeah, so the camera's right there.
Damn, is that what that little light was?
Yeah,
I wondered why that was always.
Listen, the other day, never mind. I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah, no, that's private.
So in fact, we discussed that, and then also Chris. I want to give a shout out to Chris Klein. He hosts a podcast called Anything Goes. It's a sports podcast. It's muzzle control. It's a sports podcast. And Chris, if you want to drop your link in the thing, we'll put it up on the screen so people can see it, so they can check out your podcast. It's really good stuff. Had a lot of really cool interviews with a bunch of famous sports people. So check it out. I believe it's him and his son. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, but yeah, check that out. It's really, really good podcast. And then also, I was a little bit envious because on one of his episodes, they recorded outside, and we actually recorded one outside before that, but we weren't actually able to use the audio because I messed up on it.
Yeah, technical glitch, operator error, whatever.
Yeah, so
it happens.
Yeah, it definitely happens. So
luckily, he's still alive, so we, shout out Ben, love you, man.
What's still alive?
Ben.
Oh, Ben.
Ben's still being alive after that initial recording.
One thing I want to point out too is on our All right, so we'll put it up on that. That's the name. We're putting the name up of Chris Klein's
Everything Goes
with TNK. Awesome podcast. If you like sports and conversation, not just about sports, but it's on all major platforms. They even have you have a YouTube channel, right? Too, Chris? Is that correct? I believe so. But yeah, check it out. Giving a shout out to the people that have been helping support us and the things that we're doing.
Yep.
Chris has also contributed to some of the town hall things like that a little bit. So.
Makes me feel good, man, when people help each other up rather than trying to boot each other down, which is what you see too much on.
So that's one of my problems with any of the protests that go on is about I will never push someone else down to get myself up.
Right.
I'll never do that. And anything that has that in mind, I have a problem with.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get into the semantics of
again. Only time you should be climbing on somebody else's back to get up is if you have their prior consent. Okay.
Yeah, Chris, we do need to do a collab. We need to talk about some stuff, do some fun stuff. So something that you guys must know, I spent about 18 months in Pennsylvania living up there. And that's actually one of the places I met. That's actually where I met Chris at. So really cool dude. Again, check out his podcast. And if anybody else wants to plug some stuff on here, let us know. And again, if anybody wants to jump on, let us know. All you need is a phone. And I can send you a link and a video, and we'll put you up on the screen. You can put your name in and all that stuff, and we'll get you set up to come on and talk to us. So I don't know. I'm gonna check a couple of the streams and things like that and see what's going on with that. But anything else that you've been digging into, David?
Well, you mean as far as what's going on in the world, or what we jotted down here earlier?
Yeah. Oh no, just so. One of the things that I've been researching lately is investing in properties, because I'm not a financial guy. So please do not take this with anything other than just an opinion.
Yeah.
With the things like this, making money, printing money to help.
Wait, what?
To help the economy
How did you know
and
about
things. To help the economy. I do have a problem a little bit with that because all of that does is it makes the value of the dollar go down.
Yep.
And I also feel like the stock market right now is ballooned. It's inflated. So at some point, it's going to pop. I mean, it maybe not. Maybe it recovers.
Maybe they're just going to keep inflating it.
So I've been doing some research into taking my
infinite inflation,
any of the assets that I may have in stocks, things like that, and seeing what I can do with physical investments as opposed to the volatility of the stock market. So I don't do much with it, but it's just something I've been looking into because I want to create alternative forms of income, and I don't want to be dependent upon this, that, or another. I want to diversify. So that's what a lot of my research has been on whenever I was supposed to be researching the next episode that we're supposed to be doing, which is War on Everything.
Yeah, so here's my 2 cents on the stock market. It's all very well understanding trading and all the things that go with it, the technical aspects of actually performing the actions. But if you do not know the historical context of what you're dealing with, you are definitely blind in one eye. Because if you know a little bit about history of stock market goes up, it goes down, the majority of the investors lose out, and then there's a very small percentage of people who, for whatever reason, conspiracy theorists jump in, come out with the cream. They come out with the bacon. And it seems to be the same people every time. Now you can go back to the Napoleonic Wars of the Rothschilds. You can go to Second World War, where was it? I don't want to get this wrong now, but there were certain investment bankers who were already wealthy, who funded the Allies, so the US and the British. Anyway, and they at the same time they were funding the Nazis. So it's basically when you hedge your bets, so you come out the winner either way. But as far as the morality of it goes, you have U.S. bankers funding the war effort against the Nazis, and then you have those very same people funding the Nazis who were fighting. If you didn't fund them in the first place, you wouldn't have to fucking fight them. So,
it's amazing how that works.
Well, dude, it's just wise investing, right?
You give them guns and you have to fight against them.
Right.
What's that? There's this movie.
I like movies.
I don't remember what it's called. It's with Nicolas Cage.
Face Off?
No, that's a really good movie also. So
probably one of his best. Even so, had Travolta in it.
Maybe
it was Travolta.
So Adam Dean messaged on the Hot Mic Live. So I'm going to see if I can send him a link. So if he wants to hop on, he can hop on.
Sure, hop on. See what you got.
So Adam Dean, we just sent it to you. So if you click on the link. Hey, James Percival, I need to put this up here because this is very important. Public service announcement. Green bacon is bad.
Huh. Now I know what I've been doing wrong all these years.
What? What's that? Eating bacon?
Green bacon.
Green bacon. What about green eggs and ham?
Yeah, I just thought it was more organic or something.
What's more organic about it?
When it's green. You know, the Green New Deal. Stop people flying and stuff.
Yeah. So wait, what?
Have you not heard about this? The Green New Deal?
Yeah. Well, go ahead and explain. I've heard a little bit about
AOC, cutie. So people like Bernie Sanders, AOC, which is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, for those who don't know the acronym. So they're proposing this Green New Deal thing, which on the surface of it sounds like some kind of Greenpeace action, you know, save the whales, save the forests, you know, all this. But when you dig down deeper into it, it's really more of an economic thing. I don't know quite how to explain it, but look into it. It's interesting. It really, on the larger and on the whole of it, has nothing to do with the environment.
All right. So I just put the comment in the comments how to join the live stream. So if you want to hop on, it's in the comments. You just click on the link and set all that up. It's through StreamYard, so you don't have to have a StreamYard account. You'll be coming on as a guest. Type your name in, come to the studio. We'll put you on. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. All right. So, sorry, continue. Green New Deal.
That's all I had on that.
All I know is that it's trash.
It's trash.
And I think...
but it's very symptomatic, I would say, of a lot of things going on these days. That on the surface, it looks very good. It has a good name, nice name like Antifa. Who wouldn't want to be anti-fascist? But then when you actually look at the physical, the realness of it, Antifa employs fascist tactics all the time. Not only that, but they look like little Hitler kids.
Hang on. I think we're creating an echo chamber. I think so far we've all agreed that AOC is trash.
She's cute though. She's cute.
Listen, you can't base merit on somebody's looks.
It depends what you're meriting. Did I say? I mean, hey, I'd consider it. It depends on her bank balance, really. I'm poor.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Is that
if she gives me free education, you know what I mean?
We don't need. Is this like one of those education camps, re-education camps?
I should be careful what I say at this point, but depends on what she wants to educate me in.
We can't edit this.
No.
All
right. Well, then we might as well drop a Clinton.
Bartender to politics. Oh, another politician is trash. Who's that crazy lady in Ohio that's been giving her husband money? The lady with the burqa.
Oh yeah, the Somali terrorist. I mean, the refugee.
If anybody knows her name, please let me know.
Oh,
I don't remember.
Not Kamala Harris. She's another one of the Charlie's Angels. Shoot.
Right now, it seems like a really good time to be a person of ethnicity. I guess not white.
Certainly advantageous.
And female. It seems like a. Yeah. James alluded to Chris Klein's bartender to politician ... trash.
Dang it! What's her name?
Please, somebody help me. I don't feel like doing research. To be honest with you, I'm pretty lazy.
I can see her face in that horrible grinding voice. Oh,
you really? I just usually put it on mute and read the subtitles.
I guess. At least learn English.
I just assume that it's in a different language.
No, but yeah, maybe. Dang it, I'm so bad. I know it. Anyway, let's move on. It'll come back to me.
She's not important. I agree. Except for she keeps taking money and giving it to like her husband's deal. It's like been over like $1 billion.
Now, when you say her husband, is that her brother that she's married to? Or her actual husband that she got married to before getting divorced from her brother? I might have that in the wrong order.
Which one, the chicken or the egg? Which one came first?
Oh, gee. Wait, which one of the brothers came first?
Which one's the chicken? Which one's the egg?
But yeah, no, she's actually been caught cheating on her tax returns, some dodgy business with her student loans, and then siphoning campaign funds to pay her boyfriend.
Is she an alien? Aliens might be real, guys. If you guys aren't aware of this, aliens might be real. It's always been the case that they might be
James,
real.
what is this, Mr. Percival? What is this oof? What is the oof for this time? Is it because I spoke about
James, you being one of those millennials with the oofs?
The oofs? You're not French, sir.
All right, let's see what's going on with this stuff.
So yeah. Shadows and reflections is one of the things we noted down earlier.
I figured out who Adam was.
Adam?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Adam. Anonymous Adam.
I don't want to expose anything right now, but anyway, so aliens. What do you guys think about aliens? Are aliens real, David?
Aliens could definitely be real.
But are they?
And again, I think this is going to be just an outtake. No, not an outtake. A quote from one of our earlier episodes. When you say aliens, do you mean people who are illegally from south of the border, or from anywhere outside the border?
I think outside of our atmosphere.
Outside of atmosphere.
Yeah, let's go with that being the alien. That's the wall that we need to build on our atmosphere.
Build a wall around the planet. There's actually a word for that. There's actually a name for that.
The atmosphere?
A Dyson sphere.
Oh,
so Dyson sphere is an idea of actually completely enshelling not even a planet but a star, and that way to maximize the harvesting of the energy given off by the star. But it's not actually a solid shell. It's like imagine if you built a bunch of solar panels and you place them all around the sun. So you'd have yourself a Dyson sphere, and at which point we would become a level 1 civilization where we could harness the entire energy of our star. But anyway,
the moon's hollow, apparently.
Yeah, it rings like a bell.
So Chris Klein says Nancy Pelosi looks like an alien. I think I'm going to have to 100% agree with that.
Lizard people are real. Yeah. So, I don't know about aliens, but lizard
what's
people.
The thing that I read the other day called the taller whites? Is that?
Oh yeah, the tall white aliens.
Yeah, the tall whites. So apparently our politicians are all tall whites. That's what they're. Not all of them. Some of them. Some of them are trying to go against the grain, I guess.
Well, I don't know.
Hey, so I want you guys to see that we got a Dryftwood podcast T-shirt right here. Pretty soon we're going to be having them for sale. We're going to do a flash sale, and we're going to be giving out our. We're going to be. Omar.
Ilhand of Omar, which sounds like one of those old Aladdin movies.
It sounds like something from the Iron Fist. The comic book, one of the characters.
Oh, the North Star, Fist of the North Star. Is that the one?
No,
I
don't know which character it would be, but it sounds like somebody that would be on that.
Yeah, Ilhan. Yeah, death touch of Ilhan Omar.
The death touch.
Death touch. 5-finger death punch.
Oh, speaking of that, so I want to give a shout out to this coffee place that. Me and the family been going to. It's called Fifth Avenue Nutrition.
Awesome place.
So they have these really, really, really awesome waffles that they do on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and we bought like 4 or 5 of them today. They're huge.
They're pretty good, man.
I don't even know
gluten free,
and
you wouldn't know it.
Yeah. So and then also their drinks and things like that are all I think sugar free. And damn it, I keep hitting the damn table.
Move back further. So yeah, no. If first thing in the morning you want a Glock 19 hot with a lot of milk, that's the place to go.
Nancy Pelosi is Satan. I'm sure of it. Her recent purchase of Kanye's latest album.
Wait, what now? Kanye's in league with the devil too?
No, Kanye is a man of Christ. Okay,
as far as I understand.
As far as what he represents, he's a man of Christ.
Sure. Image is everything.
Well, something about Kanye. Kanye 2020 is. Do you think he'll get any votes?
I thought he stepped down or whatever you call it.
I don't know. I
thought you pulled out. Woo! Didn't finish. Anyway, but no, I think that whole Kanye 2020 thing was just like a teaser. I think he may come back 24.
Listen, so Kanye could come back 2024 and he could have Trump run as his vice.
Oh, 4 more years of Trump. Weep, weep.
So Chris says
liberal tears.
Chris Kwan says Kanye has a political team now. Well, I'm going to tell you, Kanye seems to have some pretty popular people behind him that I think could fund quite a good campaign. And if you guys aren't familiar with Kanye, he's a little bit eccentric. He went off the deep end, especially after his mother passed, kind of just lost it. But if you listen to a lot of his earlier stuff, he's been preaching the same message for quite some time.
College Dropout is a very, very underrated album. Okay, the storytelling, the messaging in it, very, very positive stuff.
So David made me do some homework, made me go listen to the whole album, and I've listened to it a couple times. I didn't realize that I'd listened to so many of the songs on that album. But it's a fantastic album if you listen to it start to finish. If you're into different music, so he collabs with a lot of different people in there. I think he's collabs with Jay-Z, so like that. Listen, I don't think Oprah's going to be on the docket. I think that'd be a bad move, honestly. Personally,
it depends on where she is size-wise, I guess. All right, that was weak. I admit it. But no, Kanye has a backing of Elon Musk, like the Rocket Man.
Rocket Man.
Well, I was trying to actually tie back to Kanye's "Build Me a Rocket Ship" and
Spaceship. It's called Spaceship. That's the name of the record. That's the name of the album on the record.
And that is also the name of Elon Musk's rocket. Space, isn't it?
SpaceX.
SpaceX. Oh,
not Spaceship.
Oh,
that's way too generic. What did he name? I don't even know how to say his kid's name. How do you say Elon Musk's kid's name?
It's like a series of letters. It's like a barcode, a series of letters and numbers. I can't remember. I just know it had a K in it somewhere.
So what are you guys gonna do when the government makes y'all chip yourselves? Because I'm not doing it.
Well, I don't think they'll start with the adults. I think they'll start with the babies.
Do you think the vaccines have computer chips in them? Isn't that the propaganda now that's on one side of it? The vaccinations contain microchips.
I don't know, man.
Well, we watched that video of the company that is the employees of the company are getting the
the subdermal RFID chip.
Yeah, so they can pay for stuff with much more convenience. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of the things that have happened in our society are because we've paid the cost for luxury.
Yeah, convenience.
The convenience, things like that. Think about it this way. When you go to the gas station to buy a gallon of milk, you're ultimately almost paying double the price of what it would be if you were to go to a regular supermarket.
Or just steal it out of a cow.
So the reality is the convenience comes at a cost.
Yep.
Okay. And a lot of the people, I think, are spending too much time focused on the convenience of things.
Yeah, it's like when you have a leak under the sink. You could just get a wrench and some plumber's tape, take that off, put a bucket. Well, you know the process. Well, you might not. In which case, you're going to pay a lot of money for the convenience of having someone else come and do it for you.
Or you can have somebody like me that can come show you how to do it, but I'll just stand back and tell you what to do because I like telling people what to do. What if they put it in the meat? Well, I've been
put what in your meat?
What meat?
we were having a few comments from our barbecue master.
Yeah, so James Percival, he's with the Barbecue Affair. He's been a guest on the podcast 3 times, including the most recent one, What You're Trying to Do. So go check out What You're Trying to Do, and go check out James Percival's page. And I don't know if he has the Barbecue Affair Facebook page set up yet, but
it is the Barbecue Affair.
Yeah. So James, what are you talking about? What meat? What kind of meat? Well, I've also been trying to spend more time getting back to my outdoors.
Look, who's shaking the camera now? Stop! Whoever it is, stop it.
It's probably me.
I don't know. I think
maybe my laptop has anxiety.
Anxiety, yeah.
Or maybe it's about to crash.
Chill.
Yeah. So the rumors of them putting a chip in the vaccine.
No, listen. Okay, so as far as I can determine, not being educated, an RFID chip is about the size of a grain of rice. For them to inject that with a vaccine, that would have to be a huge ass needle. So I don't think it's plausible unless we're talking about black tech here. And
listen, James, you don't have to become vegan. You can go
what if they practice vegetables?
Practice your Second Amendment, get some training, and go spend some time in the woods. Or actually, something that me and David have been working on with our camping trips we've been doing, which we're going to try and open up to other people. Practicing snare traps, things like that, doing some bushcraft skills, you know, trying to relive the moments of my teenage and childhood of thinking I was an outdoorsman.
Well, so the way I think they could put something in a vaccine.
Oh shit! The Rona.
So anyway. What they could do is they could put a radioisotope in the vaccine, which wouldn't necessarily be wouldn't be able to track individuals so much, but anyone with a radioisotope would definitely be able to be picked up by various technologies. Maybe
what if that's what 5G is doing?
Well, 5G, I don't know.
Oh, so something I want to point out about 5G. So I don't know if you guys have heard much of the stuff about 5G being bad. They already COVID track us through our phones. Yeah. But the thing about our phones is I can actually leave it at the house and just dip out.
Yep.
Which I do on a regular basis.
Yep.
So I do cut off.
And even if you don't want to leave it, you can turn off the location, which, you know, maybe not. Who knows?
It's better just to leave it somewhere.
Yep. Put it in a
lead box.
Yeah,
put it in a lead box.
Lead box.
Yeah, they can't track
like
you from the lead box. Matter of fact, why don't we just wear lead outfits like what they do in on those movies or shows where they put the X-ray lead thing?
I'm pretty sure they have those wallets that keep your cards, the chips on your cards, safe from being scanned. And I'm pretty sure you get probably the same thing for your phone.
I think so. Yeah, it's like a little box thing or whatever.
Well, even these mesh bags that are supposed to block signal.
All right, so James Percival, I think one of his most recent live streams, he was actually here at my house helping me do some remodeling work. And while he was here, I found a article or a group of articles on News Voice. If you haven't checked that out, it's a really cool app. It puts all of the sites, the different sites.
Yeah, it's not your regular news app.
It's more of a social media news app, if you will. Basically, you can leave comments on there's a headline that basically describes all of the things that are listed under it. And what it does is it points out left, right, center, Europe, Russia, wherever the news source comes from or their affiliation or leaning. What it does is it puts it on there.
And it doesn't just put it on there. You can select what you want your feed to show.
Yeah, you can go.
Do you want more tech? Do you want more international news? Do you want more national news? There's a bunch of other categories I don't recall right now, but
I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this, but I'm going to try and hold up what it looks like. This is the most recent.
Close the porn tabs.
This is the most recent one I have up on my thing. I don't know if
it's not going to pick up very well,
but you see at the bottom of it where it says. So I'll show more of the links. And if you can see that on there, sorry, it shows you the affiliation.
So,
but it's the News Voice app, and what it does is it puts all of the news articles from the different sources under the same thing, so you can actually cross reference a lot of the things. And if you look at the hypocrisy between the different news outlets,
it's very insightful to see how the different sides represent the same story to suit their needs.
Really there's a lot of the right-leaning ones will put things that are damning to the Democrats. A lot of the left-leaning ones will only put things that are damning to the Republicans.
And it's the same event. It's two stories about the same event, yet they're completely different.
Yeah, completely different narrative in the content.
And then you get the Russians.
And then listen, I've actually found the what are they?
That's Russian news sites. Sorry, Russian news sources.
I just realized things. It's come loose up there.
Uh-oh.
You see it over the door.
Yeah, I see it. Drywall's coming loose.
We've been doing some remodel work on the house, so things have been kind of disarray. We haven't done a whole lot of podcast stuff recently because David and I both David and I both still do normal things other than just the podcast. Though, if you want to help us do this more often, you can help support us with PayPal. We got a Patreon, but I think I'm going to pull Patreon. There's some squirrely shit going on with Patreon.
Yeah.
So what do I think of Ben Shapiro? I'm going to be completely honest with you about Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
I think he's an asshole. I think he's a complete asshole. But the reality is, whenever he is able to have a conversation with somebody that he disagrees with, he definitely provides a valid argument.
I would say Shapiro, he is definitely smart. He's definitely...
He lives this shit.
Yeah. So
being Jewish, he lives that also.
If you go unprepared up against Shapiro with some wild claim, he will knock 7 barrels of shit out of you with facts. And he won't care about your feelings. He will kick you when you're down. And that's what I don't like. Okay, sure. Let's have a debate, but just like rapid firing someone with you're wrong because this, and this.
I think he lacks empathy. I think he lacks a little bit of empathy on some things.
Yeah.
So I do like some of his content, but I don't agree with everything that he says. But I do watch some of his stuff. But I've been watching a lot recently of Tim Pool. If you guys haven't checked him out, he used to be a Vice reporter.
Yeah, from Vice.
Formerly. I actually used to really enjoy Vice, but they definitely became a heavily left-leaning organization, and the content just became too watered down with opinion.
Yeah, no, Tim actually is unbelievable. When you watch his stuff now, it's hard to believe that he was actually or is still a Democrat.
So, Chris, assholes make great presidents. Trump 2020, but I think Trump 2024 would be more relevant. In case you want to correct that.
Wait, what now?
He said, "Assholes make great presidents."
Sure.
So are you saying Ben Shapiro should run for president?
No.
And then James Percival says, "Fuck empathy." Well, in the context of being a politician, maybe that's something that's relevant. But in the reality of having a conversation and really trying to come to an understanding, an agreement, a middle, if you will, is to have some empathy, have some understanding.
Hang on, time out. We've done the classic mistake of assuming we know what James means. What fuck empathy are you meaning? Is it like fuck empathy or fuck empathy?
Punctuation would have helped.
Yeah, punctuation would have helped. It's hard to tell where the emphasis should be.
That's also another problem with just text is just being able to read. Also, a lot of people don't have a formal education as far as syntax, grammar, punctuation, things like that. So, and then also shorthand. Trump will be the winner. Gotcha.
James.
Listen, Chris, you're right. That was my mistake. I'm mixed up on the timeline. So I forgot we're in 2020.
We're still in 2020.
This shit's been wild so far. What the fuck, 2020? That's the name of the.
We forgot what year we're in. Oh man,
dude. So we did have we had a time traveler on one of our episodes. Just in case you weren't aware, check out episode 18. Ben.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't know if we caught it. I think that was one of the episodes we recorded that we couldn't use. But at the beginning of it, David asks Ben if he's a time traveler. Just flats out, are you a time traveler?
Yeah, no, because he mentions a material that isn't known for another several decades. So, and I was like, how would you
know it's not known for another? Are you a time traveler?
No, let's not get into that again.
James says there is no empathy, or at least no room for excessive empathy or pandering to emotions when it comes to facts. Well, I do agree with that in some degree, James, but whenever excessive empathy, that's not healthy. But the reality is you have to try and view things from another person's perspective to try and either provide them with information that will help them understand your point of view.
Yes. I'm going to sorry to interrupt you, Daniel, but as far as, yes, facts don't care about your feelings. Facts are just facts. No matter how you feel about them, they're still what they are. They don't change. But if you are having a conversation with someone, and this is again reflects the conversation I was having on the Facebook comments today with this medical doctor over the COVID thing, you can spout all the facts you want, but if you don't empathize with who you're talking to, you have virtually zero chance of them saying, "Oh yeah, that's a nice fact. You've changed my mind." Won't happen. in order to change their mind, or in order for them to be receptive to the facts, you need to empathize with them and find what is it called, like a middle point, or
a middle ground.
A middle ground, yeah. Sorry, English is my second language.
Something else that you guys want to find interesting, if you check out episode 19, we do a really unique introduction. So even if you just check it out for that, tell us if you can figure out what the language is.
Yeah, do that.
It's not English.
Yeah, really badly spoken English.
Yeah. All right, so I wanted to point out back to, we got on News. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, I was done with that.
So News Voice, we were talking about James. Me and James were talking about Rutgers University has something to do about changing language to more suit.
Right. Yeah. So no, a proper grammar is apparently just a white thing. So Rutgers has decided to get more street with the lingo to accommodate less white people.
Listen, I don't have a problem with that fully, as long as they include the hillbillies and the rednecks, because there's some language there that's very, very I don't even know the right word to use. But anyway,
different.
So we're working on a Dryftwood podcast dictionary. So if you want to provide a made-up word, and a definition to it, we will accredit you with that. So James says, realistically, the audience of opposition to Shapiro don't give a shit about how empathetic he is. They want their truths to be viewed as facts.
Wait, well, now you're gonna have to read that to me again.
I'll put it up.
Stick it up on the screen so I can actually read. I don't read good.
Well,
right, yeah. Well.
Realistically, the audience of opposition to Shapiro don't give a shit about how empathetic he is. They want their quote unquote truth to be viewed as facts.
So it's the opposition to Shapiro. Okay. Yes. No, I would agree with that. It's, it's so facts is kind of a scientific thing, a measurable thing, a verifiable thing, whereas ideology is something that is very personal to an individual or group. And yes, ideology doesn't have to rely on facts. You just keep repeating the same thing over and over again until people accept it as truth. And I think that was who was a Nazi propaganda minister who said that?
I don't know.
Anyway, you can look it up. It comes from the Nazis, the National Socialists during the 30s, 40s. And yeah, they basically said if you repeat something often enough, people eventually take it as truth. So,
So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that I've been interested in through my life, and one of them has been psychology. So one of the things about psychology is you can look up some of these
Goering.
tests.
I think it was Goering.
Some of these tests, like one of the ones that I remember distinctly is the elevator. So you go into the elevator and you have paid actors or whatever to turn and face the opposite way. So the person who gets on the elevator is really unsure, but because everybody's facing the opposite way, they turn and face the opposite way as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's another one you told me about the bell ringing.
And yeah. So this was, I don't know, I guess you could call it a prank or you could call it a psychological experiment. But basically it was set in a doctor's office, reception area. And again, several actors in a seating area of the reception. And the patient would come in, check in with the receptionist, and then sit down. And then every so often there would be this noise, a bell or a beep or something, and all the people in the reception area would stand up. Now, at first, the real patient, the real person visiting,
the person that was not the actor,
would be like confused by it. But after a couple of times of the actors performing this act of standing up to the beep, the person who had no part in this would join in with them, not knowing why or what the noise was for or why they were doing it. They would simply follow the herd.
Follow the herd.
I heard that before.
So, anything else that you guys want us to talk about, let us know. But you can find us on the driftwoodpodcast.com. You can find us on all major platforms that you listen to your podcast on. Don't forget to check us out. And also, this is live streaming to YouTube. So if you could just go over to YouTube, give us a subscribe and a like, and share the content so that way we can get some more fans,
some debate going.
Yeah. Well, the thing is I'm not sure of my views on a lot of things, right? I have an opinion on it based upon the information that I've taken in and my view, my lens.
Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, and they all stink.
Yeah, well, not all of them. Some opinions are pretty good.
Wash good.
I don't know about assholes though.
Peanut allergy.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So
Mariah, shout out. I gave you a shout out earlier, girl, lady, ma'am, whatever.
Yeah. So shout out to Mariah. And Mariah, just in case you didn't know, you can check out episode 19. You can agree with James a little bit and check out that episode if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I enjoyed our conversation, Mariah.
In case you guys are unaware, David and Mariah engaged a little bit on the town hall about hydroxychloroquine and things like
COVID
that.
and masks and whatnot.
Yeah. So again, we're there to have a conversation. We're not there to convince anybody of anything. We're really there to try and have a conversation. Number one, to have an understanding, a better understanding, a pulse on things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys join up, invite your friends to come in. Again, all views are welcome. The only thing that we ask is just be respectful.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also call us a racist and we won't boot you.
Yeah, no, we've had people call us racist.
And communists,
but
they left on their own. We didn't have to boot them.
Yeah, no. Generally, people who think wait, what? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, they generally or whatever. People who think we're Nazis or communists, they generally do the right thing and leave. But
well, one thing I want to talk about that not a lot of people talk about is all of this child pedophilia, sex trafficking, child trafficking, things like that.
Yep.
So there's a lot of people being hush about a lot of things right now. So I thought it was really odd that Tom Hanks is now.
I knew you were going to say that.
He lives in Greece, apparently. Him and his wife.
Residents of Greece.
Yeah. So apparently that made news. And the reason why it made news is because he's run Chris Klein says, just do you, speak your mind, and don't care about people's opinions.
That's why we have so few fans. Because we don't pander to opinions. Take your opinion and
also
whatever.
Listen, David and I also on several occasions play devil's advocate.
Yeah, for sure. Beware.
The better understanding of an argument is to be able to argue from the other side, even if you don't agree with it.
Yes.
So that's something I learned in my short time in college. Yes, I did go for a couple of days.
Those were good days.
No, they weren't.
No, that's why you left.
No, I left because of grades. Maybe because I didn't show up.
Yeah, that would do it. But no, again, Mariah, I really enjoyed the fact that you see this is something. Again, I don't want to give my whole game away, but it's something I tend to do. I'll go on to somewhere and present an argument. It's not necessarily what I believe or what my viewpoint is, and it's usually put as questions.
Randall Grove suggests that we do a live reading of Mice and Men.
Ooh.
Here's the problem. I'm not a very good public reader.
I can do it as long as I have to look at the camera.
Don't look at the camera. You could be like those people that do those.
That's like don't look at that light.
No. So
you did it.
Something that I want to point out is a lot of these videos of these people saying wear your mask and things like that. They're reading from a freaking teleprompter.
Yeah, no. If anyone hasn't seen that clip where they basically compile all the news channels from across, well, not all of them, but a bunch of news channels from across the country talking about how important freedom of speech and democracy, and there's a threat to our democracy, and they all reading the same freaking script. It's like, really?
I wonder if there's a company that writes the scripts for them and just emails it out to all of them.
Well, that's how the Chinese Communist Party does it.
Yeah, they create the propaganda, give the propaganda for the media to share, so that way they can give it down to the simpletons.
Yeah, and simpletons gobble it up, and anyone who disagrees gets shot. Ooh, got to trademark that.
You can't have no ketchup, Lenny. So, one of the other things that I do want to point out is the Dryftwood podcast is just a leg of the platform that we're trying to create.
The Dryftwood project is much larger.
Yeah, the Dryftwood project is much larger than that. If you're interested in having some of your work or something that you've done being included in some of the projects that we're working on, with all credit going to
photography, Tony Chatterton. Okay, so Tony Chatterton, I don't know, I guess we can say we're friends. Hey, girl.
She's been on. Her and her husband were on one of the podcast episodes.
That's right. And she is a really pretty good photographer. Not as good as me. Of course, I don't do photography, so you can't prove it. But no, she's a really good photographer, great eye, and she's been doing it for a while. She had to take a break for various reasons, work, children, etc. But she's getting back into it. She's giving discounts for the month of August. Check out her Facebook.
If you're in the DFW area,
or check out our Facebook. We have links.
Yeah, check out the town hall. We've shared it in there. And if you want to find out how to get all over, we can put you in contact or share the link to the page.
Wait, what is Randall Grove asking? What is what?
He says, you can't have no ketchup, Lenny. And he says, crap, I don't think David got it.
No, I don't care about Lenny. Well, no, I don't care about ketchup. I don't care. Whatever. Explain it to me.
But if you guys are interested in getting one of our shirts like David has, it's the Dryftwood Podcast logo that we're coming out with our logo shirts.
You got a good eye. You got a good eye, Randall.
Yeah. So
sharp, brother. Sharp.
I can't put the link up right now because I'm scared my computer will crash. But as soon as we get done with the live, we'll post it on the town hall.
Link to Tony.
Yeah, link to Tony's photography page.
Tony's photography.
Really,
you can
really
just type it in and
TONI.
Yeah, TONI photography.
Yeah, it's very, very quality photography. Definitely has an eye for things.
Who killed Kenny? No, you would be. I would be Lenny. I would. Wait a minute. All right. I have a vague recollection of what this might be, but I'm not going to embarrass myself right now.
Yeah, you let the words do it for you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So on the live stream. So
wait, we can edit this, right?
yeah. Internet can edit it for us.
They will chop it up and make us look worse. I love it.
Listen, there's nothing better than being taken out of context. I have a lot of quotables out of context. So yeah, I'll put it on the thing.
Lenny gets shot in the head asking for ketchup after he hugged a lady to death in a book called Of Mice and Men. Ah, well, you see, yes, you got me there. I have not actually read Of Mice and Men.
I haven't read the entirety of it. I've read parts of it, mostly because I'd lose interest in books very quickly. And it's mostly because of my lack of reading skill. I have to read like the sentence like 77 times before I can actually articulate what it's saying.
Yeah, and no disrespect to anyone, but we read different books in Europe. So
what books do you read in Europe?
Well, what I'm trying to say is the required reading lists vary quite a bit. For instance, and this is I don't know, 20-something years ago, maybe more, something. We read Maya Angelou, for instance.
So I want to point out this. David found these things, and this represents the fox and the wizard. You can figure out who they are.
Who?
So I just wanted to point this out. So we also are going to have some decals that represent the fox and the wizard. So when we have the store opened up on our website, thedriftwoodpodcast.com, you can we'll be able to order some of those. So I'm not trying to plug too much. So Randall wanted you to continue on the book series. Sorry, I just wanted to I was looking at them.
Oh, dude, it's been a long time since I went to school. Okay, so we did a lot of Shakespeare. We did a lot of Wordsworth. Real like classical stuff. That was a primary, most of what we read.
We haven't done an episode about the pedo thing yet.
We did To Kill a Mockingbird, Maya Angelou, Why Does a Caged Bird Sing? That kind of stuff. But I have to be honest. I've missed out on a lot of the classical literature for some reason or another. But the much older stuff, I'm definitely into, like Sun Tzu and Tao and all that esoterical stuff, as well as like I said, the classical poets and playwrights.
So Randall wants to know what books you've read out of school, because I haven't read many.
Oh, dude, I've read. I mean, I have not. I admit, in the last few years, read very much at all. But I do, from time to time, binge absolutely on sci-fi and fantasy. Not, I'll go through my phases. Leviathan was really good, which is a book they've made a TV show out of, sci-fi. Asimov is one of my absolute all-time favorite sci-fi authors, old school sci-fi. He wrote the book that the movie I, Robot was based on.
Poor Will Smith.
Fuck Will Smith. Damn, lost my train of thought now. But no, on the fantasy side, Wise Man's Fear by is it Rothfuss? Patrick Rothfuss, absolutely fantastic.
So David's been making me look into this book called Seeds.
Now that is a first-time author, I think from New Mexico, if I'm not mistaken. But basically, it's a bit of predictive sci-fi where seeds will have individual barcodes, and the sale of seeds will be completely controlled by corporations. Ooh. It's all about genetic engineering. And
is that what China's sending to us?
I know, right? The Shop a Little Horror seeds.
I saw a meme that somebody posted with sticker burrs. Said, "We got you, China."
Yeah, all right.
On the way.
Our sticker burr seeds.
So, first off, I want to say thank you to you guys that have been watching. We're probably going to cut it short. We've been running at 1 hour and 15 now.
Oh, dang, that long already?
But maybe we'll do another one later tomorrow, or maybe we'll record an episode and put it out for you guys. But until then, please don't forget to check out some of our older stuff. There's some really good stuff there. I would recommend The Perfect Society. You get to hear us talk about the way that we view and what we would need to create a society.
Oh, and here's a book. If you have not read Canticle for Leibowitz, again, it's not really sci-fi. It's more post-apocalyptic, written way back. Basically, the main premise of the story is in the future, reading books is considered bad. If you're too smart, it's considered bad. And the main dude in it is basically a book smuggler. That's kind of, I don't want to give too much away, but yeah.
All right, guys, check us out at thedriftwoodpodcast.com. You can find us on Facebook at the Driftwood Town Hall and on our Facebook page. Most social media platforms we're present on there. So thank you guys for listening. Share if you like it. Invite people to the Driftwood Town Hall. And also, if you have some things that we've had quite a few suggestions on things that people want us to talk about. If you want to add to that, the ones that get the most are the ones that we'll talk about first.
And if you want to send us hate mail, the Driftwood Podcast at gmail.com. Driftwood with a Y, as always.
Yep, it's bannering across the thing. I hope it's showing up on everybody's thing. But yeah, check out our website. And then also, if you go check out our website, tell us what you think we need to change about it, because I have no skill in that whatsoever. I've done the best that I could.
I'm just lazy.
So if you would like to give us some input on anything that we're doing, let us know. And also, we'd really appreciate it. A like and subscribe on YouTube. And give us a review. Give us a review on what you thought, whether it's good or bad.
Good, bad, or ugly.
Yeah, give us a review. We like the criticism because we definitely want to provide content that's relatable, relevant, and fun.
Ooh, not always QAnon. Fun, we didn't get to that one. We're going to talk about QAnon soon.
All right, guys. Appreciate it. Love you guys.
Out.